What are the odds? Long, short, impossible?
I think he's scared. He keep avoiding me like that. Especially if I win, I'm gonna win this fight.
So we don't know if it's 100% going to be there, and this is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition.
When last week he did an interview and said that it's not going to be a real fight, it's going to be an exhibition and not necessarily going to be at the Sphere. And Max, that really puzzled me because this wasn't just reporting. Netflix, a multi-billion-dollar company, officially announced that this would be a real fight.
During a tense interview, Floyd hinted his looming clash with Pacquiao won't count as a true sequel, only a staged exhibition, and he confessed uncertainty still clouds the exact location, leaving the once-rumored venue hanging in uneasy quiet doubt for now.
Just saying I'm done. I just don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, because but I heard he's talking about promoter in Middle East area, Saudi and Dubai. People told me that if I'm willing to fight with to Floyd, he said anytime. I'm still in this sport, so I'm active. So
that remark ignited a wave of doubt, with whispers spreading that the showdown could vanish altogether instead of merely being delayed or reshaped. Boxing streamer Adrian Rain stirred the frenzy on X, declaring Mayweather vs. Pacquiao 2 is cancelled. Behind the scenes, it appears Floyd Mayweather has quietly pulled back from facing Manny Pacquiao for now. There's a growing sense he feels misled, believing all along the encounter was just an exhibition, only to later realize it was meant to be a professional contest, placing his flawless record in real danger. Insiders tied closely to Mayweather's circles suggest he is preparing legal defenses, signaling deeper complications beneath the surface. Meanwhile, many are convinced the fight is collapsing entirely, as Pacquiao has consistently demanded a sanctioned rematch, firmly rejecting any form of exhibition, creating a standoff that makes it seem increasingly unlikely the bout can survive under the terms Mayweather originally pushed forward.
Back to that Sphere, what part did being at the Sphere kind of play when you taking that fight?
Well, as of right now, we don't know exactly where the fight is going to be at. We don't know the location of the fight. The Sphere is one of the places that they talked about. This is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition.
Okay.
So we're going to do it again, and hopefully we're going to entertain the people.
Right, and as far as that, what's it going to be like fighting again, like 11 years later?
It's just, I never really took any abuse, in the sport of boxing. Still extremely healthy, work out every day. And, I got an exhibition with Mike Tyson also, another exhibition in Greece. So if I'm just sitting at home and I'm just working out every day, spending time with my grandson and spending time with my children, I said, why not go out, have a little fun, entertain, and put on some exercise.
Boxing journalist Mike Kopinger warned that Floyd Mayweather cannot simply walk away from the official fight agreement, especially with Netflix already unveiling the bout to the world as a legitimate professional rematch, a move that now tightens the pressure and raises the stakes far beyond a quiet exit.
Mayweather Pacquiao too.
Would you do an exhibition with him, or would you potentially entertain an exhibition with someone like maybe a Conor McGregor?
No, I don't like exhibition. Like I want, if Mayweather is my opponent, I don't like exhibition. Like I want fight.
CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotion, Jazz Mather, has warned that Mayweather cannot simply change the terms of the fight, stressing that a binding agreement is already in place for an official bout. He stated that if Mayweather continues to push for an exhibition, it would be considered a breach of contract and could lead to legal consequences.
That really puzzled me because this wasn't just reporting. Netflix, a multi-billion-dollar company, officially announced that this would be a real fight.
Manny has repeatedly made it clear in recent interviews that he will only agree to fight Floyd Mayweather Jr. if their rematch is an official professional bout, not an exhibition, insisting he wants the result to count on their records.
I ain't gonna get a man's pocket.
Assuming he does.
I don't know if he needs the money or not.
Let's assume he does. That's why he's coming back.
Yeah.
Just assume. So, and you're going to make, I don't know, what is it? How much, what's his guarantee?
Let's assume Pacquiao.
Maybe something like $50 million.
$50 million.
Slow down for a second. Let's assume
Pacquiao
needs money too, because I heard rumors.
He probably does, yeah.
Yeah, so
I do assume.
I'm not just putting on Floyd.
Hold on. I don't do the rumors, so let's do them today, since y'all want to do them. They both need the money, as y'all saying. Okay. So look, we still gonna fight and make good money. It don't have to be a pro fight.
He signed a contract though. It's executed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And Netflix announced it. This is not just like, let me go.
What does that tell you? Doesn't it kind of tip Floyd's hand that he's thinking maybe it's possible? Like
I'm fired up and locked in for the fight, but even with that excitement, there's tension beneath it, because he wanted an exhibition with me and I couldn't accept that. I didn't agree. I refused to step into something that doesn't truly count. I want a real fight, something official, something that matters. That's what I've been waiting for all along. Manny, you mentioned not being at full strength the first time. It was your shoulder, right? Was that injury something you carried through training, something that lingered while fans watched, and now those same fans feel excitement mixed with concern, knowing we're both 11 years older than we were in 2015, wondering if history might repeat itself? To those doubts, what do you say? Well, we're both disciplined fighters. That hasn't changed. We take care of our bodies, we stay ready. I still train almost every day, still stay active, still play basketball, still push myself, and right now I feel capable, I feel sharp, I feel like I haven't lost that edge, like time hasn't taken what matters most. In his tone there's conviction, a quiet defiance, making it clear he believes he can still compete at the highest level, still build on his professional record, still chase fights that are sanctioned and real, not staged or symbolic, and that belief is exactly why he refused to bend to the exhibition proposal, holding the line even as everything around the fight grows uncertain.
Started and ready to the fight. Although before he wants an exhibition with me, but I disagree, and I want to fight with exhibition with him. I want to fight a real fight like this. So this is what I'm waiting for.
Manny, you mentioned not being 100% the first time around. I think it was a shoulder, right? Was it a shoulder issue that you were fighting through? Popped up during training. To the fans who are excited about this, but a little bit worried about another injury coming up, because we're all 11 years older than we were back in 2015. To them and their concerns, you say what?
Well, both of us are disciplined fighters, so him and me, we taking care of our body, and we always work out almost every day and playing basketball like that. So right now, I still can fight. I feel like I'm still young. I mean.
Yeah.
Pacquiao has made it clear that stepping back into the ring with Floyd Mayweather isn't just another fight. It's unfinished business tied to a moment he believes never revealed his true capabilities, because in their first encounter he was far from his peak, held back by a shoulder injury that quietly disrupted everything and dulled what he could truly deliver under the lights, and that lingering frustration still drives him now, pushing him toward a rematch he sees as a chance to finally expose the version of himself that was hidden that night, the sharper, stronger fighter he insists the world never fully witnessed, convinced that only through a real, official clash can he erase the doubts, rewrite the narrative, and prove that the outcome everyone remembers was shaped by limitation rather than his actual level, making this potential return not just a fight, but a high-stakes revelation of what should have been seen all along.
In my career, and because boxing is my passion. Like, I grew up and I grew up in boxing. I started boxing when I was 11 years old. So I really miss those days, that the way I work hard, the way I train, discipline like that. I miss those days, because it depends how you discipline yourself. Like, time management, discipline is the most important thing. Like, because I'm a boxer for a long time, but for me, not only a boxer, but I'm studying what is boxing, what is the secret of boxing. Like, I mix
boxing commentator Max Kellerman has stepped into the growing tension surrounding the rematch, suggesting that Mayweather's insistence on shifting the contest into an exhibition instead of a fully sanctioned professional fight feels less like strategy and more like self-preservation, hinting that beneath the surface it could be a calculated move to shield his untouched 50-0 record, especially now with time no longer on his side and uncertainty creeping in about whether he could still dominate in a truly competitive bout where everything is on the line and nothing can be controlled.
To have a fight with Floyd Mayweather, because especially some fans doubting about who's the winner. But I believe I won the fight. I mean, it's very clear. He didn't throw punches. He didn't throw punches.
He ran the whole fight.
No,
the aggressor.
Manny, I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree. I think there's two people that believe you won the fight. One, two.
And Holyfield said you won the fight. You know? Well, I hope you win this one.
But like I said, I respect the judges.
Right.
It's done already. That's why we want a rematch because the people, it's a lot of.
Many in the boxing world feel Mayweather is being overly cautious and trying to avoid risking his legendary status, especially with Pacquiao's camp insisting the fight must count on both their records. Pacquiao, who is ready and confident, has repeatedly said he will only face Mayweather if it's an official rematch with a real stakes. Something Kellerman and other analysts argue highlights the contrast between the two legends' approaches.
Bernard Hopkins, I was calling his fights on HBO. He fought Tavares Cloud, good light heavyweight. Beat him easy, right? And he was like 49, and his body still looked like Hopkins. Then he came back a year or so later, and he fights Joe Smith. His body didn't look the same. You know, Hopkins had a Spartan training regimen. He doesn't put anything in his body. He's a temple. He eats right. He trains right.
He don't drink.
He doesn't. But his body looked, by the way, I'm 52. I can tell you, it looks different after a little bit. Even when you're trying to get in shape, just the muscles look a little different. And Joe Smith knocked him out of the ring and stopped him, right? Floyd, maybe, I'm just speculating, but maybe he says this because he gets in the gym and he's like, Floyd's what, 49 and change? He's almost 50. Maybe he's right up against that thing where it's like, man, my body's not responding the same way.
Right. Max, they're grandpa.
They old.
Grandpa.
That looks like he got a little more in the tank.
He's a little younger. Pacquiao's a little younger.
When you a grandpa.
ESPN reporter Andreas Hale posted Team Pacquiao insists that the fight with Mayweather is still on despite Mayweather's recent comments that it would be an exhibition. Also worth noting that Mayweather has already taken out an advance on his fight purse. Mike Coppinger reported that Manny's team made it clear that the fight is still on despite the confusion, stressing that there is a signed agreement in place for an official professional bout between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. They stated there has been no cancellation and Mayweather already agreed to the terms, meaning the event is moving forward unless contract issues arise.
Of a fight.
That's another damn.
But this is like, all you have to ask yourself, Gabe, to me about when a fight is made is, are you going to watch it live or not? When it's on, are you going to watch it, yes or no?
I'm definitely watching.
Yeah, me too. So like everyone can shut up, right? Because we're all going to watch.
But I would not watch it if it's an exhibition, not necessarily live.
Yeah, you would. You'd still watch it.
I don't really watch all the exhibitions.
Yeah,
live.
but whatever they call it, you're going to watch it. But you're right, though, as an official fight, because it brings in the intrigue of, we just saw Manny draw against a world-class fighter, whatever you want to say about Barrios. And Mayweather is right at that age, almost 50, where guys fall off a cliff.
Yep.
And he has the undefeated record to protect.
And
right?
it's Mayweather's identity, right? That's its whole identity.
That's why Mayweather doesn't want it to be a pro fight, because you want to just safeguard that record.
50 knows a big thing, and if you lose that, it's like, okay, Floyd, so. But I would make an expedition because who's not going to watch it?
It's not up to him. He already signed a contract. It's a real fight.
That's what I don't get. How you sign a contract and you saying it's not?
About retiring undefeated. It's interesting. You can retire. A lot of guys have passed Rocky Marciano 49.
Right.
No. But then they kept fighting and they lost.
Chavez.
Right? Yeah, Chavez is one. There have been others. By the way, Rocky Marciano was training for a comeback.
Many experts believe Floyd Mayweather is more focused on making money from these fights rather than risking his perfect record, pointing to his continued involvement in exhibition bouts. Mayweather has already lined up multiple exhibitions, including potential events with Mike Tyson and a fight in Greece against kickboxer Mike Zambides, reinforcing the perception that he prefers safer, high-paying shows over real competition. Pacquiao and his camp feel this approach avoids the danger of a true rematch where Mayweather's undefeated record could be at stake while still allowing him to generate massive revenue from global events and streaming deals.
A real fight, there's a signed contract, Mayweather signed it, it's in there, that it's a real fight that'll count on their records, and it's going to be at the Sphere, so I'm not sure what Floyd is talking about. I don't know if Floyd got bad advice, but he's contracted, so it would be a breach if not.
I think what puts a damper on Mayweather-Pacquiao, too, is Mayweather-Pacquiao.
Now with a Mayweather vs. Pacquiao rematch scheduled and Netflix paying big to stream it globally, many experts see this comeback as driven by more than just nostalgia or competition. The financial incentives are massive. And with both fighters past their primes, the payday is a major reason the bout is happening rather than purely sporting reasons. Even though Mayweather's legendary boxing skills are celebrated, his recent activity, including exhibitions and returning after retirement, highlights how real-world pressures like income, promotion deals, and business interests can influence decisions in sports.
There's no other way to say it than that, because Floyd has announced another exhibition set to take place this year before he fights Manny Pacquiao, which is already going to be, assume, a massive fight because it's going to be on Netflix. He has an exhibition with Mike Tyson planned in April or May, and now he has a fight against Greek kickboxer and martial artist Mike Zambides. I don't even know what to say about any of this. It's going to be in June, it's in Athens, Greece, and it's the third fight of the year for a Floyd Mayweather that is clearly going broke. And it's not just, and if you guys didn't see the video I did talking about Floyd coming back to fight Mike, this is not me sensationalizing. This is the truth. There is no speculation, but I told you guys, Floyd owes a lot of people a lot of money.
Former world champion Paulie Malignaggi has weighed in on the escalating situation, suggesting the chaos stems largely from mixed expectations on both sides, with neither camp fully aligned on what this rematch is supposed to be, yet he still believes the pairing holds strong commercial appeal, especially considering both fighters are no longer in their physical prime. Though he openly questions the competitive legitimacy if it ultimately turns into just another exhibition lacking real stakes. Malignaggi also hinted that fans shouldn't be caught off guard by how things are unfolding, pointing out that Mayweather has established a clear pattern in recent years of favoring exhibition-style bouts over official contests, creating a precedent that now fuels the current tension. With Pacquiao firmly demanding a sanctioned, meaningful fight that counts toward his professional legacy, and Mayweather appearing more comfortable steering things toward controlled, entertainment-driven exhibitions, Malignaggi sees this direct clash of intentions as the core reason everything now feels unstable, with uncertainty growing as neither side seems willing to fully bend, leaving the fate of the rematch hanging in a fragile, unresolved state.
What's wrong with that? And why are we attempting to tease Floyd? Is Floyd Mayweather? Yes, he's broke. Of course he's broke. He's a boxer. Did they say he can't read? That's not to tease him. They say that he can't read. His best friend at the time said that he can't read, and he never denied it. I don't tease him for it. He was a guy who grew up in a boxing town, right? It's one of these things. You know what you know. You know what you were taught. You didn't teach him about contracts. I didn't teach him about saving. I didn't teach him about investments. Who? Who would have taught him these things? Of course he's broke. He's a gambling addict. He got baby mamas all over the way. What do you mean is he broke? Of course he's broke. What boxer do you know that isn't broke? What a ridiculous question.
There's still a thick cloud of uncertainty hanging over whether the fight will even happen, and despite Team Pacquiao insisting everything remains on track, the situation only grows more confusing as Floyd continues to send mixed signals that shift the narrative almost by the day. Fight Hype added fuel to the tension with a sharp post, rejecting the idea that things are settled, writing, "Nope, it's not still on and I got all the receipts, but I won't speak on it until this day is over. Don't want people thinking this is a joke," a message that only deepens suspicion about what's really happening behind closed doors. At the same time, some observers question whether there was ever a true need for a rematch in the first place, arguing the story may have already reached its natural conclusion. Boxing journalist Dan Rafael didn't hold back when addressing the possibility of Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao too, bluntly stating he would rather set himself on fire than sit through another encounter between them, a reaction that underscores growing frustration within sections of the boxing media who felt the original fight failed to deliver on its massive hype and now see both fighters as past their peak. Critics increasingly argue the push for a second bout feels driven more by nostalgia and financial gain than real competitive purpose, suggesting the sport would gain far more by focusing on new contenders and fresh rivalries instead of revisiting an old clash that already had its moment in history.
As far as him wanting to come back and make a bag of money, then I think the fight has to happen regardless. You know, what other direction can you go if you're Floyd and if you really are in these kind of positions, you know? I've been the one to say it. I don't say that Floyd is broke. I think people overuse that word. I think he's likely over-leveraged, and there's a difference between being over-leveraged and being broke. Being over-leveraged, if you're not careful, can lead you to being broke, but being over-leveraged also you can just rebound and make a bag of money, and now you're perfectly leveraged, then you're fine, and you still have all that stuff that you had before, you know? So I think if that's the case, regardless, I think Floyd probably may be forced to do it the way Netflix decides to do it. But we'll see. We'll see how things go on the inside. These are inner negotiations. I think it's more interesting if it is a real fight. First and foremost, with gambling being legal in the United States now, all over the United States, you know, it brings in that much more revenue because you can gamble on a real fight. You cannot. There's no gambling on an exhibition because there's no real winner and loser in an exhibition. So that makes it very, very different, and that, you know, gives the image of the fight, the branding of the fight, a whole new vibe if it's a real fight as opposed to if it's an exhibition. So, you know, a lot to be discussed.
The discussions about the Pacquiao and Floyd rematch are real. How far down the road they are, I can't tell you. I don't know the answer to that. But as I said to you in Las Vegas, I'd rather set myself on fire than watch that rematch, because it was, I've said that, I'm not even joking about this, it was the worst experience of my 25+ year career covering boxing. Absolutely horrible in every sense of the word. The fight stunk, that was the culmination, but everything about it was horrible. I have no interest personally. What I found interesting is that I don't know, a month and a half ago, there was an announcement that Floyd Mayweather was going to fight Mike Tyson in an exhibition match. So I'm not sure where that fits into the situation. I mean, supposedly they have a signed agreement for that fight pending landing, I guess, some kind of broadcast partner. Whether they've done that or not, I don't know. But